Good morning, everybody. It is 9 a.m. on this Tuesday, December 23rd. 33 degrees out there, and as you see on the radar on the screen, the snow is moving out of western New York after getting a few inches this morning. Patrick, what's going on?
I have some breaking news.
What's that?
Some areas in the Buffalo Metro will have a white Christmas.
Really?
Yeah.
It's not going to all melt?
Because we did get some spots that got 4 to maybe 5, even 6 inches of snow. It was a very narrow area, okay? But I don't see that melting because, yeah, we'll get to 40 today. Some of the snow will melt, but then it freezes up again tonight and it stays cold into Christmas, so there you go. The snow here will likely go away.
On the ground, because I guess like meteorologically,
yeah,
in order for it to be a white Christmas, it actually has to be falling from the sky.
No,
but hey, at this point, beggars can't be choosers, and I would just love some white blanketing ground.
So I don't know who made this officially official, but technically a white Christmas is just 1 inch of snow on the ground. It doesn't have to be falling.
Oh, it doesn't?
No,
no.
I
thought it did.
When you do, and there's like, research done, like the percentage of the country that has a white Christmas every year versus, blah, blah, blah. That definition is 1 inch of snow on the ground, not necessarily falling. Even though, like you, I think the snow should be falling, but.
Honestly, I just don't want it to be green or brown on the ground or have snow/dirt.
Yeah, you and Amherst, many areas, I gotta believe this 1 to 2 inches of snow will likely melt today because we're gonna get to around 40, but we'll have to watch it closely, okay? But some areas, let's see, Alexander, Sanborn, some areas did get a couple of inches of snow. Okay, let's see if this is working because we're gonna have to make this. We're on. Is that right? No. Oh, that's the reason we're still on Max 1. Is there any way to go to Max 1? Okay, sorry. This is inside baseball talk. So I want to get to a place where we can move the computers.
Do you need me to press a space bar or anything?
I think Amy's got to do something in the background. This is Max 1. Oh, glory to the world. There we go. Okay. There's the snow that's moving out. And thank you, Amy. Transitioning to a little light rain, and then it's going to be just kind of clouds and some drizzle for the rest of the day today. But yeah, a little burst of snow still occurring out towards Batavia. And to the southern tier we go. The snow is pushing off to the east. So this is how it looks at 4 o'clock this afternoon. Notice we're at about 40 degrees, so there will be some snow melts. But tomorrow, we're at freezing in the morning, and then in the afternoon, low to mid 30s with a mix of sun and clouds. So we'll put this all together. You can see the snow moving out, and we'll see transition to quieter weather as we head over the next couple of days. So Christmas Day, mostly cloudy, mild, we'll call it, upper 30s. And then looking ahead, we've got after Christmas some sleet and freezing rain and some snow mixing in on Friday. Dry weather and 30 degrees, Melissa, on Saturday.
Did you say glory to the world?
Yeah.
This time of year, it's joy to the world.
Well, that's in the Hammer family. I'm just kidding. I misspoke. It's joy to the world.
It's fine. Can we also real quickly talk about the Festivus poll?
Yes. Now, I know this is a Seinfeld thing, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's Festivus for the rest of us, which is what Jerry's father said during the show. I love Seinfeld. I was not a continuous watcher of the show back in the day, so I don't know as much about it as I should, but we do celebrate Festivus here on the roof.
How does one celebrate Festivus?
No idea. We have to ask Kramer.
Okay.
Because Kramer was the character on Seinfeld that rejoiced with
I
Festivus.
do like watching some reruns here and there, but I never watched it either. I think I may have been a little too young for it, like 10, 12 years old when it was like really coming out.
I love sitcoms from the 70s, 80s, and early 90s.
Do you have a favorite?
Oh, for 2. Cheers and Frasier were my 2 all-time.
Golden Girls.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Oh my gosh, I think I've seen every episode 5 times of Golden Girls.
But I will say that there were some shows that were so important and popular that were not in my wheelhouse, and that was Seinfeld. I love Seinfeld. I just didn't watch it that much.
Yeah.
As much, and Friends.
And Friends.
Yeah. Yeah, I know how good it was. I just was kind of redirected during those years, and Frasier was my all-time favorite.
Frasier's great.
Yeah,
I could see you loving Frasier. Fitting right in with the Crane family. Okay, enough of that.
Yes.
Come downstairs. We will chat more about Festivus and other, I don't know, other holiday-related things when you come down. Thank you, Patrick. And we've got Noah now. Noah, help us out here. What's going on with the roads? Because the snow kind of caught some drivers by surprise this morning.
Yeah, definitely a tricky start to the morning here, Melissa. And I will say, by the way, going back to your Festivus comments there, you're supposed to air your grievances, I believe, is what you're supposed to do with Festivus. So I'm sure you have plenty of grievances with Patrick that we can air out a little bit later on this morning.
We have 5 hours of Daybreak, and I don't think that's enough time.
We're gonna have to just keep rolling all day long.
Right.
Also, the snert comment. I had never heard of snert before you had mentioned that either. So I might have to take my car through the car wash later. It's looking a little snurty indeed.
Yes.
I want to show you a look right now. Things are looking a lot better than they were this morning. Here's the 90 eastbound on the right-hand side of your screen at Walden Avenue. Traffic moving nicely there. You can see cars are traveling at a normal speed as of now. That was not the case this morning. It was definitely one of those days where you took it a little slower than normal. Also wanted to give you a glimpse right now at the inbound 33. We did have we had a crash actually near Eggert on the 33 this morning that had caused quite a backup. Everything on the 33 moving nicely here. Again, the inbound 33. This is near Harlem Road on the left-hand side of your screen there, inbound. But yeah, everything's starting to get back to normal, which is a good thing. I do have just one accident that is still in the process of being cleaned up as of now. This was actually a Route 5 closure between Havens Road and Cummings Road in the town of Newstead. That should be cleared up here within the next 20 minutes or so. They're just working on the final preparations before they reopen both directions of Route 5 there between those roads in Newstead. And just a couple of reminders, Melissa, as we head into Christmas Eve tomorrow. The Rainbow Bridge, Whirlpool Bridge, and Lewiston-Queenston Bridge have a Christmas gift for you from 11:30 p.m. tomorrow night on Christmas Eve until 11:30 p.m. on Christmas night. They will suspend tolls on those three bridges. And another reminder for our NFTA Metro bus and rail riders as well, for tomorrow on Christmas Eve, it will just operate as a regular weekday schedule. Melissa?
All right. Yeah, no, in addition to snert, which is snow/dirt, as I like to call it, we also like the term sloppery, which is sloppy, and slippery, which is kind of a...
We had a lot of that this morning.
Yeah, a lot of that this morning, right? Now, you have cameras all over the place, but the one place that I wish we had a camera yesterday because I got stuck in it is right around Niagara Falls Boulevard, Consumer Square. It used to be called, now it's just called the Boulevard, as that shopping plaza with Best Buy, Target. What a nightmare yesterday with folks like me doing their last-minute shopping. I mean, yeah, we don't have cameras all over the place for that.
There's no shortage of people in the parking lots. I would say that the traffic on in the parking lots will be worse than the traffic on the roads over the next couple of days here for sure.
I think so. You really have to pack your patience and be kind and let other drivers in and out and just take your time with finding a parking spot because it is really bad right now. So
don't steal spots from people. Don't be that person. If I have my blinker on and I'm planning on going into that spot, don't swoop in there and take it from me last minute.
Exactly. Okay, and one more thing completely unrelated to the roads, if you have a minute. I don't know if you're short on time, but
I got all the time in the world.
For those of you watching at home, Noah Maciejewski is the new in-game host for the Sabres this season. Noah, you do a fantastic job. I love your energy and how, you just do an incredible job. What do you think about the Sabres going for 7 in a row and how good they're looking right now?
I will tell you what, after the last home game, you may remember it was the shootout thriller. We have our stage area in the arena where we kind of do all of our game presentation stuff from. And if you would have had a camera on me during the shootout, I was just pacing the stage. After the game, my hand was literally shaking with just adrenaline and excitement. It was such a great win at home at our last game. Tonight, they are on the road taking on the Senators. and it's sure to be an exciting one for sure, as I'm hoping we can get to 7 wins in a row. That would be really incredible.
Yeah, it sure would. Well, Noah, you do a great job, and Merry Christmas to you. Have a great one, and
Yes,
go
Merry
Sabres.
Christmas.
Thank you.
Go
All right, switching now to news, we want to follow some breaking news. The Justice Department has just released a 3rd batch of files related to Jeffrey Epstein, and some of the files mention President Donald Trump. We've just learned about this within the past hour. The DOJ is legally required to release these files under the Epstein Files Transparency Act. And this is video of some of the earlier released files. But earlier this morning, the Justice Department released a statement on X that reads in part, quote, "The Department of Justice has officially released nearly 30,000 more pages of documents related to Jeffrey Epstein. Some of these documents contain untrue and sensationalist claims made against President Trump that were submitted to the FBI right before the 2020 election. To be clear, the claims are unfounded and false," end quote. And of course, this is a story that we will be following all throughout the day. And for the latest updates, you can visit our website, WGRZ.com. We're learning more about how the 514 Memorial Foundation will use $1 million in American Rescue Plan funds to plan for a new space in Buffalo to honor the TOPS mass shooting victims. And we're talking about money for staff and planning, not for the memorial itself. The foundation was awarded $1 million, but lacked a concrete plan at that time. And that award is now being amended with updated figures, including $280,000 for the salary and benefits for the foundation's new executive director, $554,000 for design and consulting fees, and $110,000 for office equipment, technology, and payroll. City lawmakers will be made aware of these changes during today's Common Council meeting. A Buffalo man who's already behind bars for the murders of 2 women now faces another murder charge for the death of a 3rd woman. Richard Fox is serving up to life in prison after he admitted to killing Cassandra Watson and Marquita Ball. Their bodies were discovered on the same hiking trail in Chautauqua County, nearly 2 decades apart. Prosecutors say that investigation led them to find human remains inside a home that Fox allegedly used to live in Niagara Falls. Dental records have revealed that victim to be a 32-year-old Lockport woman named Crystal Curtois. Fox is scheduled to appear in court for this case on January 5th. Police have identified the woman who was hit and killed in Amherst over the weekend, and we're also learning some new details about the accused driver, whom police say was driving drunk. Amherst police say 70-year-old Cynthia Sitterly of Cheektowaga was killed when she was hit by a car Saturday night. The Erie County District Attorney claims 57-year-old Jennifer Ortiz was driving drunk on Kensington Avenue right near the McDonald's around 6 o'clock when she hit Sitterly, who was in the road. Ortiz is accused of leaving the scene and was later arrested at her own home. She faces several charges, including DWI and vehicular manslaughter, and was released on bail. She's expected back in court on Friday for a felony hearing. If she's convicted of the highest charge, she could face up to 7 years in prison. Well, stay with us. We will talk Bills and more Sabres coming up right after the break. Make it 7 years in a row. Thanks to a loss on Monday Night Football by the Colts yesterday, the Bills are heading back to the postseason for the 7th straight year. The Colts loss actually opened up an avalanche in the AFC as the Jacksonville Jaguars and the LA Chargers also clinched their spots. And now it is just a question of where the Bills will finish and which team they'll be facing. And unless they can make up a game on New England, which will not be easy, the Bills will be on the road to open the playoffs. The New England is playing the Jets and the Dolphins.
Right.
Now, the Bills lost to the Dolphins, so it's possible.
And maybe the Dolphins want to kind of go out swinging.
I don't know.
So,
but I remember 7 years ago, and I have this video of Elliot saying, as a toddler, the Bills made the playoffs. The Bills made the playoffs because it was the first time ever.
Yeah.
And for him, he didn't realize as a 3-year-old like how exciting it really was.
So you remember that moment?
I remember it. Yeah, because it was the Andy Dalton thing, right?
Right.
And that was their loss.
Right.
What made the Bills make the playoffs that year.
And it was like, it was the very end of the game. It was like 3rd and long. They really needed a first down. and Dalton threw it. I forget the receiver. But anyway, the receiver went in for the touchdown.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. And you saw the bedlam. And I do remember this. At the time, I was listening to WGR radio. And Chris Parker, Bulldog, had a moment like he was choked up. Because he's been covering the team like so many of our sports people for a very long time.
Right.
And this is the first playoff. So, he just like stopped talking. And then you could hear him.
And this was a game that the Bills were not playing in. It was the
another team.
Andy Dalton and the Bengals against some other team, and we needed them to lose.
Yeah.
And then Bills Mafia donated all of that money to Andy Dalton and his charity.
And that's what started
this whole thing of Bills fans giving money to other players' charities, and that's how it all started. But yeah, this was 7 years ago when the Bills finally ended their 17-year playoff drought. I mean, that was the majority of my life. I was around to watch the Jim Kelly era, and I was 10, 11, 12 years old when that happened. But then the majority of my life, I grew up never seeing the Buffalo Bills play in the postseason like so many others who are my age. And so for Elliot, my son, who's 11 now, to only really know this incredible Bills team, he doesn't understand how much we suffered. But that was, and then you remember the video of the Bills players in the locker room, I believe, when they found out that they were going to the playoffs.
Who was the offensive lineman who held up his son?
Right.
Who was that?
But it wasn't. It wasn't Dan.
No. It was what's his name?
I know who. Not Harrison Phillips.
No.
But one of those other big guys.
Yes.
Well, I'll find it during the break.
Okay. Anyway.
Okay. So
anyway. That was a major moment.
Right, and now the Bills are making the playoffs. I'm just like, oh, okay.
Okay.
7 years in a row.
No. Let's make some moves here and get in deep.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, and one really, really important part of the Bills doing well in the playoffs is having a healthy Josh Allen, right? And so after Sunday, Josh is on the injury report. He hurt his foot right during a play before halftime, and yeah, you saw Myles Garrett there helping him off the ground.
Isn't that cool?
Yeah, he went for x-rays. The x-rays came back negative. He was able to finish the game. Now he is considered day-to-day. Sean McDermott said yesterday that he's just sore. Josh obviously should be playing on Sunday, but the injury might keep him from practicing.
Don't know yet. There's a chance it does. We'll see. We're going to practice a little bit tomorrow based on availability. We got a number of guys that are not going to be able to practice. We'll see how Josh shows up tomorrow.
And Shaq Thompson and Daquan Jones and Jordan Poyer are all day-to-day. Jordan Phillips and Matt Prater are improving after missing Sunday's game. You know,
you saw that picture of Myles Garrett pulling up Josh Allen, which was such a respectful thing to do. He's this amazing, once-in-a-lifetime generational player who's on a 3-10 team or whatever. You just wonder, it's like, God, if the Bills could get a hold of somebody like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we tried with Von Miller, and that it started off successfully, but then he got injured. But to have a player like that on our team. But back to Josh. Yeah, he remember he played with the elbow against the Jets, and he had a terrible elbow injury, and he still hucked it like 70 yards down the field.
Yeah.
And everybody was like, oh my goodness.
It is amazing what he can do.
Yeah.
All right, we'll be watching that. And we do know that Sean McDermott and Josh and other players will be available to the media later today, around 3-ish, 5-ish. We'll stream their interviews on WGRZ Plus right here, and you'll hear what they have to say on all of our newscasts later on Channel 2. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Well, blood supplies often run low around the holidays, and the Buffalo Sabres are stepping up to help. And today, the team is teaming up with Connect Life for a blood drive. It's happening at KeyBank Center from 10 until 4. Donors get 2 free Sabres tickets and an exclusive t-shirt, family-friendly fun, all while helping keep local hospitals stocked during a critical time of year. And after fans donate blood, they can watch the Sabres back in action tonight as they look to go for their 7th win in a row. They'll be heading on the road for a 1-game road trip against the Ottawa Senators. The team's coming off a really solid performance against the New York Islanders on Sunday night, winning 3-1. And the Sabres currently sit 17, 14, and 4. They're only 3 points out of a playoff spot. The puck drops for tonight's game at 7 p.m. So they're practically at the bottom of the conference, but
it's only 3 points.
It's only 3 points, and they're only like 7 or 8 points from the top team.
Right.
So
Wow.
not a lot separating them.
I wish tonight's game was at home. It would be electric. I mean,
Certainly would.
Right.
And it's interesting that Connect Life is giving out these free Sabres tickets, and they also gave out free tickets for with Feed More Western New York for the Turkey for tickets. A little secret. So they give you a voucher, and you go and you plug it in,
Right.
and then they give you the options for the games, and you can choose for whichever game. Typically, not one of the better games or one of the more popular games, but they used to be always like 300 level nosebleed seats
right.
because they're free.
Right.
And you're giving something, blood or a
Right.
turkey in order to get these free seats. Well, now they're giving out like center ice 100 level seats.
Really?
I did it for the Turkey for tickets, and I actually went for a blood drive last weekend or the weekend before with Connect Life, and I couldn't believe these were, for a pair of tickets, they were $450.
And what?
And they were free.
So.
I'm not selling them. But
That's amazing.
But
That's amazing.
it might be because the team wasn't very good when they
Right.
started giving away the tickets.
Now they're like, wait,
Right,
let's
now we're going to
move.
put you back in the 300. Right. So anyway, if you want to give a last minute Christmas gift, go and donate some blood today and then get a pair of Sabres tickets and give it to somebody.
Okay.
I was shocked. I was really, really shocked. So anyway, it's a nice thing to do to give blood, but it's also nice when you get amazing tickets to the Sabres.
Awesome.
Anyway.
Awesome.
Are you a Barry Manilow fan?
100%. In fact, do you have a favorite Barry Manilow song? I know I do. I'll give you a hint.
I do not.
I'll give you a hint. Tell me if you know it.
Okay.
Rico.
I don't.
And he wore- He wore his diamonds. It's Copacabana.
There we go. Okay.
So there was 2 characters who met at the Copacabana.
Yeah.
And Rico was the male. Her name was Lola, right?
Lola, right?
She
Yes,
was a
the
showgirl.
showgirl.
And Rico, he wore his diamonds. That and
My favorite thing.
what is it? Huh?
He does a version of My Favorite Things that's always on the radio at Christmas time, and it's,
Right.
let's
Luther
not get
Vandross does the best, in my opinion. But anyway, Barry Manilow. So what's the story with him? I mean, he has.
Oh, okay. Yes. Let's talk about why we're talking about Barry Manilow. He revealed that he has lung cancer. Fortunately, he seems like he's going to be okay. He wrote in a social media post that they discovered the lung cancer in an MRI. He recently had bronchitis, so that's why he went for an MRI. He said he's going to have surgery to remove the cancerous spot on his left lung, followed by a month of recovery. But he said he caught it early. It did not spread. He does not need chemo or radiation. So all of that is very, very good news. And yeah, so we wish him the best during his
I
recovery.
mean, as a songwriter and singer, I mean, he's been a part of our lives forever, right? I mean, he started performing in the early 70s, Mandy and all of it. I mean, so boy, we hope he recovers.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. And finally, let's talk about.
Oh, I have something cool to show.
Okay.
Do we have time? What time is it?
Sure.
We got. Oh, okay. Follow me to the Weather Center. Can we do that?
Do you want me to follow you?
No, you can sit there. That's fine. You're invited if you like. All right. So, 2 things. I'm going to show you 2 maps here. Or graph. No, these are maps. These are maps.
These are actually maps.
These are actually maps. Okay. So this is something I showed earlier, but I want to extend the story. Okay. So these are current temperatures, and there is an unprecedented amount of cold air right now in parts of northern Canada and Alaska. I mean, it's crazy how cold. These are current temperatures.
They're not wind chill?
They're not wind chills. You know what? To have temperatures this cold, you can't have wind. It's just got to be completely still. And 60 in Carmax, Faro, 60 below, I meant. Mayo, 54 below. Talk in Western Canada is 54 below zero. These temperatures can happen, but this is incredibly cold. Okay, This cold air has to go somewhere. So let's have a look. You see that? Oh, I should slow it down. I'm going to go through that again, okay? Melissa, did you see that?
Yes, I did. But
Okay, there's
we're not
the cold
talking
air.
about -60.
No, but notice where it's coming. And this, by the way, is around New Year's, okay? So we're talking way out there, but some of the long-range projections are bringing a modified, it's not going to be 60 below here, but very cold air could be coming here. I'll toss to you back. But anyway, it just shows you that cold air just can't, it's got to leak out somewhere.
Right.
Could go over the other side of the globe, but it looks like parts of it, modified, could come here over near the New Year.
All right, Patrick, thank you for the warning. We appreciate it. Make sure you tune into Daybreak tomorrow for your Christmas forecast. Merry Christmas, everyone. I'm off tomorrow and Christmas, and we will see you back here on Daybreak on Friday. Bye, everybody.